Y'all can take pictures of the signs, but don't take pictures of us. Because we don't, that's why we haven't put the camera on y'all. Just for respect, because most people don't like it.
So let me ask you this. Are you guys saved?
Nobody's saved.
Okay, let me ask you this.
That in Matthew 13.
Now let me ask you this. Without quoting the Bible, just conversation.
What we do with the Bible?
Right, but just conversation. Because how we interpret the Bible is everything, right? So I might interpret the same stuff I want to read. I might interpret the same scripture but in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So just explain to me why you just say, I'm listening to the scripture, but why do you say nobody's saved?
Read that with me. 24 and 13.
Matthew chapter 13, verse...
No, it's 24.
13?
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 13, 24, verse 13, right? But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. But he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved.
What does that mean?
What does that mean to you?
The end of all the things that supposed to be prophesied concerning this time. Okay? The Lord gave you signs, because we was about to go into that. Like in Luke 21 and 8, we're talking about emotions. Look up that word commotion, it's going back into the protest. Okay? You see the protests all around the world. You see wars, conflicts, battles. Alright? You see about earthquakes in diverse places. Alright? Signs in the sun and the moon and stars, different types of meteors and all that stuff. Okay, those are signs indicating the Lord's return. Right. Then you have the time of Jacob's trouble, or the time that has never been as before, which is basically when it's going to be all type of chaos out there. Okay, and then they're going to push this. All right, it's going to be that time of testing. The RFID chip. Now we did research upon this, and we know that that's the mark of the beast. Okay. All right. When they push this, that's going to be the hour of temptation. That's going to be the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay. Now the scriptures say if you receive this, you're going to be destroyed. Okay. Now if you reject this, and it's your lot to get your head chopped off, because it said that those that were beheaded for the witness of the Lord, all right, that didn't receive the mark of the beast, all right, that's in Revelations 20, okay? You're going to have people die rejecting this, okay? That's the time of testing, all right? Now, they ain't going to teach you this in the church, because the churches are set up to indoctrinate the people into taking this, okay? And that's in the scriptures, okay? So until this time pass, all right, this time of testing, you have to endure until then. Either to the end of your life, all right, either meaning you reject this and you end up dying, being a martyr for the Lord, all right, or you survive and the Lord, he comes and he delivers you. That's enduring to the end. So, but till then, you're not saved. You have to strive for salvation.
So quick question. So what did Jesus die for?
He died for the nation of Israel. Get that in Matthew chapter 1, verse 21.
When he talks about he comes only for the lost sheep of Israel, and then he talks to that woman, and then did you read her response? And then he says, your faith has saved you.
Which woman?
The woman.
Hold up. Now there was multiple. What you talking? You talking about the Samaritan woman?
The woman that was under the table. That when he came into the Pharisee's house.
She was an Israelite.
Right, but she was never supposed to wash his feet anyways.
How do you interpret that?
Because she wasn't. Back then, when Jesus was in the presence as himself, he had to become Jewish. Of course, he had to become Jewish, but he was a Jew because he had to be like what he was. He grew up in the environment.
But for him to come, he was of the tribe of Judah.
Right, yeah. But the issue is, for him to be who Jesus is, and for the woman who she was, they had no relations with each other. So for her to wash his feet, she stopped everything in the Pharisee's house. So you have three different people.
It never said that she was a Gentile.
Right, but we're making.
It said she was a sinful woman. She was a whore.
Right. So
everybody knew that.
You're right, exactly. My point exactly. So you have a Pharisee, and you have Jesus, and you have a woman that's under the table. You have three different people. She's probably, we don't know who she is. She could be whatever. But the problem is, she recognized what Jesus was, and she represented herself as just saying, look, I'm a sinner, I need to be saved. Why else would she drop all her stuff to come in? Because no one knows who Jesus is when they first came.
They didn't know who he is.
He's gonna prove it.
Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins.
Now, what's sin?
Sin is understanding what is wrong.
Get 1 John 3 and 4. All right, we're going to go to the scriptures because I don't know where you're coming from.
We come from the Bible.
1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgress also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
Okay. Now who was under the law?
Jews were under the law.
Get that in Galatians 4 and 4. Who was under the law? It was more than just Jews. It was the whole nation of Israel.
The whole nation. Well, isn't the Jews the whole nation of Israel?
No.
Then who is it?
There's 12 tribes. Okay. Now the term Jew came about during the time of the Babylonians. All right, when they took down the southern kingdom, that was called Judah, which consisted of 3 tribes: Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
Yeah.
Okay. They couldn't discern between the tribes because they had, they all looked similar, so they just called them Jews, short for the kingdom of Judah. Okay, it was like a byword. Okay, now when they use it in the scriptures in the New Testament, that's just for people's understanding at that time. All right, because Paul called himself a Jew, but he wasn't of the tribe of Judah; he was from the tribe of Benjamin. Okay, so it was just a common term so that the people that wasn't Israelite, they will be able to discern that, okay, this guy's an Israelite, he's a Jew. It was just another way of saying it. But Israel, the nation of Israel, is 12 tribes.
So I just want to say something. I was listening to you guys debate about that situation when you were saying that she came to Jesus without even knowing who he is.
She knew who he was.
Asking. That's why I saw the conflict happening right there. You believe that she knew who he was already, and that's why she came to him. And you believe that she did not know.
By the way she acted, she represented, because sin is a representation.
Read that.
Based on if he was.
Read that again.
John.
1 John 3 and 4.
I'm not even. I mean,
The transgression of the law.
I'm just using.
Yeah.
I'm using.
Why did he give them the law?
Right.
The law was given to the Israelites.
Yeah, I said why.
Why?
Yeah.
Because the Lord had made a covenant with Israel.
But
that
what-
was part of the covenant.
What was the point of the law, though? I'm not saying why he gave the law.
What was the point of it?
What was the point of it?
What's the purpose of it?
The point of the law was to show them their sinful nature and show them that this is perfection and you can't live to perfection. The law is like a mirror. It's showing you that you are sinful, but you can't use the mirror to clean your face.
Well, let me get this real quick. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4.
Hold on. Did you actually
Yeah, I heard what he said.
receive what he said?
I heard what he said,
Okay.
but I'm going to give him what he asked. The first question was, what was the purpose of the law?
Yeah, I just want both sides to be able to receive what you're saying and be receiving what
Yeah,
the
'cause
open
don't
mind
be
so
caught
that
up.
there's some, because there's some